please stand up. I will move on from it sharply. Do like this. Nothing. You are Imago Day. I'm not supposed to be saying that kind of nonsense outside. And I'm here to debunk everything for you today.
Show me, Lord, how to love like you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chim and you're welcome to One Chim at a Time. I don't know why I always sing that part, but we're just gonna accept it. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel, we talk about life, faith, self-development, everything into one. Basically, you can think of me as your online sister, internet sister. And I like to believe like my own little corner of the internet is a very cozy, safe space. Sometimes I get very passionate about what I'm speaking. Doesn't mean I'm fighting you. I'm a yapper. Like, that's my natural state. I like to yap. So sometimes it's never straight and organized. And I think that's why I'm doing this YouTube channel. Maybe that's why God wants me here. So I can learn how to talk well. Wow. That was just me introducing you newbies. Welcome and get comfortable. You can stay, subscribe, join the family, leave comments, like, share, whatever you want to do to make you feel comfortable. I like to interact with you guys, so please leave comments for me to check. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. It's nice to have you back. I don't know how long it's been since the last video, but I appreciate you coming back for more. Can't get enough of me, can you? Today, I'm going to be talking about something a bit personal, which is very scary because I don't do stuff like that. No, I don't like talking about personal things. The topic is very clear. It's very obvious what we're going into today. We're going to be talking about not being chosen does not equate you being worthy. The major thing I'm going to say is I'm a Christian and I live for the audience of one. I didn't always live that way though. I grew up thinking the world of everyone else around me, but myself and but God. In the sense where I wasn't always chosen, it killed me. When I say it killed me, let me paint a picture for you. I know it seems like it's Disney Channel, but this thing happened to me in real life. Mine was at primary school, where you're choosing teams. So they pick 2 people to head the team, and then it's like everybody should pick one person to join their team turn by turn. I thought that thing only happened in movies, but it happened to me in real life. I did not get chosen. Nobody picked me. I stood there. Hey! It was like as if the ground should open and swallow me. At that very young age, I already knew what it meant to be embarrassed publicly. Nobody chose me. And I mean, I was chubby. So I easily and quickly attributed it to the fact like, oh, maybe they thought I couldn't run. Maybe they thought the uniform would not look nice on me. Girl, what did I not say to myself when I was small? In fact, I wish I could go back. I'll be giving myself a slap on the mouth because I'm not supposed to be saying that kind of nonsense outside. I say that thing to myself. I believed it with everything inside of me, like I wasn't good enough because nobody was choosing me. I wasn't getting picked. And you know the funny thing? Let me just even bust your brain. I could run. I was actually a very fast runner if they gave me a chance. You see that 100 meters race? Nobody could hold me back. I could run 100 meters only. Anything past 100 meters, me, I don't know about that one. But that short sprint, catch me outside. Catch me outside. I believed this with everything inside of me, like I was not good enough to be chosen. So I know like I'm not the only one. I know that there are some of you that even clicked on this video. You probably did because you were like, wow, somebody who relates to me. Yes. And guess what? I'm in my middle 20s and I am just now accepting this fact. This is not something I discovered 10 years ago. This is something I discovered maybe 2 to 3 years ago. And I really stepped into the realization of, wow, I used to be such a, I want them to choose me. Not pick me in that sense that you guys are thinking. I wasn't like a pick me sha, but it was like a, if nobody picked me because I was start thinking, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm not this. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, my own is not this. Oh, my own is not that. All this is to say, now we live for the audience of one, which is the most important thing anyway, because they're not choosing you. It means nothing. Do like this. Nothing. It took me so long to get here. And if I can do anything to make anybody get here faster, I will do it. It's like the scales fall off your eyes and you no longer care. Oh, it's bliss. I can't wait for everybody to experience that. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we all know what we're talking about. We all know what it means to not be chosen. We all know what it means to be overlooked and to be said, you're not enough, you're not the one I want, you're not the type, relationship wise, job wise, every other situation. You don't need to be chosen by them. All you need is to be chosen by God. And I don't blame any one of us, because that's the way we were taught. We were all taught that being chosen for some form of validation meant that you were doing something right. It's you that the boys pick. In that age, that's what I mean. That's why I say boys. It's you that the boys pick. It's you that the smartest in class, you're getting all the scores, highest scores. It's you that they call to do fashion parade. It's you that's the best dancer. There's also academic validation when it comes to being chosen and being good enough. The school I went to. This is not to discount anybody. This was my experience. You were classified on how smart you were. And your smartness was not generally on how smart you were. Let me tell you something. Your smartness was on how well your scores were at the end of the session. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. But things like that could have made you feel like you were not good enough. That's what's pushed to us. You have to be chosen, like everybody needs to be picked or something. If you're not picked, you're not good enough. That's how it is being taught. And I'm here to debunk everything for you today. Yes. I'm here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with you. I'm even going to take it up a notch higher. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. If this is comforting to your inner child, and that's all it is, that's enough. If your inner child needed to hear this thing 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, that you are enough as you are, that's what it is. This is what my salvation story is based on. And it is so mundane, but it carries so much weight. Because the whole point of the gospel is that I was chosen. Even before I was existing, before anybody knew me, I was already good enough. Because he died for us, because he already loved us. So imagine somebody dying for you, then you're not crying that somebody did not choose you to be on their basketball team. Please stand up. The fact here is that God chose us first. What's that Bible passage now? Let me Google it. John 15 verse 16. You didn't choose me, I chose you. I appointed you to go and produce lasting fruit, so that the Father will give you whatever you ask for using my name. Do you hear the first few lines? You didn't choose me, I chose you. So you can't even raise up your shoulder and say, oh, I chose God. No, he chose you, girl. He chose you. That's the truth. And that truth is enough to redirect everything that you've thought about yourself for the past 10 to 20 years. God chose you first. Also, God doesn't look at the outward appearance, he looks at within. Remember the Bible story of David when he was being anointed to be king. So God sent Samuel to the house of Jesse to go and pick a king from one of his sons. Jesse brought out all his good-looking sons, and the Lord said, no, not this one. And then he said, do you have another son somewhere? Because God does not lie, he doesn't make mistakes. He sent me here for a reason. And he's like, oh yeah, we have one, but he's tending the sheep. Send for him, Samuel said. David runs, looking like a young boy. He doesn't look like a king at all. Anybody who saw him will be like, go and rest on side. God picked him. Why? Because God doesn't look at the outward appearance. It doesn't mean like you should make yourself look scrappy. He looks at what is inside. He looks at what you are capable of because of the substance he gives you. You are imago Dei. You are made in his image. And he's a creator. He is the overall creator. So if somebody is not choosing you because they think that you're not good enough, something is wrong somewhere and it's not with you. Sometimes when we're not choosing, it's actually a blessing in disguise. Sometimes it's protection. You know the way we are. If we know everything, we spoil it sometimes. Honestly, I feel like I've used this example before in a video. I'm not sure. But it's like God and I are watching my life story. He can see the ending of the story because he wrote the story. I cannot see the ending of the story, so I don't know what's going to happen. In that way, if I knew what was going to happen, I will probably spoil it. I'll probably mess it up, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's why God only tells us a little by little, gives us instructions little by little. Doesn't give us the whole plan, just says, do this one first, do this one first, do this one first. Because we went ahead with something that God was trying to protect us from. We would end up in a situation where we cannot save ourselves from. In fact, let's do a little exercise. Put your hand up if you have entered a situation that you know God has told you not to enter, or God has given you signs to not enter, or you've just felt in your spirit like this was not the right situation for you, and then you couldn't get yourself out of it. So you went back to God to beg Him to deliver you from that situation. Put your hand up. If your hand is not up, you're lying. And that's the truth. And to bring it home, like I said, I'm looking for a job in a new career space. If I'm going around and I'm being sad, like, oh, I'm not getting this job, it means something is wrong with me. I'm not achieving what God is trying to teach me in that season. It means like God is probably just hiding me for the right moments. I strongly believe in that. I strongly believe in that kind of thing where if I don't get chosen for something, a job, an apartment, a relationship, a prize draw, okay, those prize draws ones, I'm not too sure about it, because I always believe like nobody ever wins those things. If I'm not getting chosen for any of those things that I mentioned previously, I would think, well, it's not for me, and there's something that could have led to my destruction. I will move on from it sharply. And I think that that's the mentality that every one of us should just adopt. It's not easy, I know, but with God, all things are possible. And the sooner you adopt that thing, the better for you. You won't even realize when you just start living a high quality of life, because you've decided like whatever it is that is not for me, it would miss me. And I don't need to be chosen by something to equate being worthy of God. Worthy to be called by God, worthy to be blessed by God, worthy to be used by God. It doesn't mean anything. Remember, we live for the audience of one. All this will not make sense. All this is just me yapping if I don't tell you how I rewire my brain every single day that I feel a tang of not being chosen. In fact, one of my friends and I, we have an inside joke. I don't even know if I should say it because it's an inside joke, but like, it reminds me every single time I come to her and I'm like, I'm feeling this kind of way. We laugh about it and we make our joke because it's beneath us. It's beneath the level that we are in God. It's beneath the level that we have reached in God, in ourselves, in who we are, what we are meant to do, who we are called to be. As I rewire my brain, affirmations. Affirmations are so important. You think they are not. In fact, I used to think they were not. I thought they were so cheesy at a point. You go to somebody's house and there's like affirmations everywhere. I'll be like, girl, what the heck? I used to think like that, but now the Bible is filled with affirmations. In fact, one time I found a slip in my wallet that apparently I had written like a year ago. It was filled with affirmations from the Bible. In fact, I had stapled it shut. And trust God to be so intentional about it, because the day I opened it was the day I needed it. Affirmations are so important, especially because the Bible is filled with so many promises, so many things to encourage you, to make you know who you are and whose you are. In fact, so many churches these days have declarations, have charges, weekly charges, monthly charges, daily charges that they say, because as a man thinketh, so he is. The tongue is powerful. Luke 6:45. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Whatever you treasure, whatever you keep inside of your heart, is what your mouth says. And remember that the Bible also says, guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. The mouth is powerful, and as you speak it, as a man thinketh, so he is. So as you speak it, you declare it, you believe it, you think it, and so you are. You're spreading out these words into the air. I don't know about you, but I am starting to believe that there are angels around me picking up the words that I'm saying. I never used to believe that before, but I'm starting to believe it too. So I'm careful of things that I say around everyone now. Secondly, I don't beg, and you shouldn't beg either. Don't beg for crumbs. I used to beg before, but that girl is dead. She's long gone. A lot of people are giving you crumbs all in the name of let me choose you. Stop begging for crumbs at work, in life, relationships, wherever you are. See, the Bible says in Psalm 23, I have set a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Maybe they are not your enemies, but he set a table before you. That's the best way I can think of it, and that's the best way I can put it. A table is set before you. Imagine you are a guest. Somebody has invited you to their house to come and eat. Of course, they are going to set a space for you on the table to eat. You're not going to have to come in and beg them to please give you a plate. They invited you. And God has already prepared for us. So there's no need for us to now be going outside and be begging. It's like that thing where they say, I'm loved at home, so there are some things I cannot do. You are definitely loved at home. At home is God. You are loved. So all these other ones, don't be begging. Stand up. Fine girl. And third thing, I quickly learned, like I said previously, that rejection is just a form of redirection. God has two ways of saying no. That's the way I see it. It's either whatever you're asking for is not time, or whatever you're asking for is the wrong thing and he needs you to find the right thing to ask for. Very importantly, as I wrap up this passionate speech, you don't have to wait for somebody to validate you or validate what God has already approved or God has already destined. The world might not see what God has placed on you yet. You don't need their validation though. Take it from me. I don't know half of what I'm putting up here. I know I'm talking, but like sometimes I don't know why I'm doing this. Because I'm just like, this is not me normally. But like, so what? There's already a stamp on it. There's already a seal on it. So you don't need to wait for somebody to open the box to cross-check if that's the right goods. God has said it's the right good. God has said that you are going to do this thing. You don't have to wait for people outside to accept that you are going to do it before you start doing it. Remember, not being chosen, not being accepted does not equate to you not being valued by or worthy by God. You are already loved. I'm already loved. I'm already chosen. You're already loved and you're already chosen by God. So don't let another day go by where you have the worst mindset of yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, you're already loved and you are already chosen. There is nothing that you have been asked to do that God hasn't gone before you. You don't need the validation of the world to prove to them that you are worthy of being chosen by God. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a comment if you would like to, or just sit and meditate on it. And I'll see you in my next one. Remember, because life's a journey, we're taking it one chim at a time. Bye guys.